Good morning. It is currently 7:04 a.m. on Friday, March 6th, 2015. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Recording a little bit later than usual today because today is not a normal day for me. I am taking the day off work and I am going to PaxEast. That is Penny Arcade Expo East, as in it's the East Coast version of their convention, taking place here in Boston over this weekend. And it is essentially a video game convention that is loosely organized around the guys who created the Penny Arcade webcomic, as in they kind of started it, they're still involved, but it's actually grown to be a really big convention in the video game space. I went not last year but the year before that, and it is really pretty exciting. It's kind of it's like any sci-fi con in some ways, but 100% video game and board game themed. Nana, come on. And it's just really exciting. They have great big open airplane hangar style convention hall where all sorts of video game companies have big banners and displays set up, and lots of times that you can play demos of games that haven't come out yet, early builds of things, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Definitely watch my Twitter and other social media outlets today. I'll be posting tweets and vines and pictures probably. So one of the things that's interesting this year, though, and it's not the only time that this has ever come up, but still a little different, is this year there's been the whole Gamergate thing. And I imagine a lot of you, if you hadn't really been following that whole story, if you even know what it is at all, you're probably going, what, still? It's, I'm not going to get into it too much. It's kind of a depressing topic, but certainly some of the people who are notable in that whole arena as targets are going to be there. There's been some controversy over whether there's enough security, because if people have made online threats of violence, while we can certainly all acknowledge that it's very easy for people to make those sorts of online threats without having any intention of actually following through, you kind of have to take it at least somewhat seriously, right? And so I think there's been, my nose is trying to get some controversy about whether they're taking it seriously enough. Not to mention the fact that the Penny Arcade Expo guys, although they seem like nice enough guys in the general, it's also true that they have said some things in the past that seemed kind of insensitive and did not always handle the controversy well, sometimes tending to double down and get defensive instead of apologizing. I mean, when you have someone who's writing, a comedy webcomic, you expect occasionally humor might step on some toes, but it seems like they also didn't necessarily handle it that well. And so all of that, I don't want to taint overall what I'm sure is going to be a very fun experience, but I'm definitely going to be aware of some of that as I proceed, just to see if I'm seeing evidence of it. One thing that is kind of exciting is there are lots of panels that are, all about inclusivity in gaming, minority characters, LGBTQ characters, panels to discuss those topics, and I really appreciate that those are topics of discussion, even if there might be some broader concerns still, because certainly that's true of society as well. That I'm glad we're having more of these discussions, because for sure the problems have not gone away. In any case, though, mostly I'm excited to go see some cool video game stuff. So like I said, I intend to be taking pictures and vines and tweets and stuff. Although sometimes with a convention like this, the cell data signals can get out of control. So it might be that I have difficulty posting them for that reason. But if nothing else, I'll be taking a bunch of pictures and I'll post them as an album when I get home. So that'll be it for right now, and I'm sure I will also be talking about it some more tomorrow for 5 more minutes. All right, remember you can find all my stuff at christianaellis.com. I am at christianaellis on Twitter, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.